I know, but if you would think he may want him to finish on that right line. Of course, he struck every time on it.
I agree. Amleto had a good shot in practice. And here's a player with a lot of confidence who is not easily intimidated in Amleto Monacelli.
He's the first international player to be inducted into the PBA Hall of Fame. That happened this year in 1997. Steve Hoskins, last week's champion, viewing the action. He was a match play finalist this week. And right now he's the Ebonite Challenge leader.
And John Mazza leaves a soft 7-pin on the right-hand lane. That would have been 12 in a row if he had gotten that one.
But he did it strategically. See, he wants a triplicate, you know, and he had to leave a spare in the first frame to set him up for another 290.
You know, Mike, they denied John a re-rack. He wanted a re-rack, but he didn't do it in his first order of business. And our tournament director, Kurt Von Kruger, said, "I'm sorry, John, we can't give it to you."
And right now, our Ebonite Challenge standings. Hoskins in first place, but he's going to be passed tonight by Jason Couch, no matter how Jason does. And, of course, Walter Ray and Pete Weber fighting it out for PBA Player of the Year.
Jess Stayrock and Parker Bone III, who's going to be in the next match, has a chance to move up in the standings, along with Amleto and Mazza. John Mazza, he asked for a re-rack on 23 very emphatically, made sure they saw him. He was given the re-rack. And he really looks sharp. Boy, he looks good right now.
Amleto always looks good, though. I mean, he's just an awesome bowler.
A lot of power, a lot of confidence.
A lot of athletic ability.
Well, he's a very good athlete, good soccer player, and as you can see, a 233 average for the week. Watches what he eats, works out, stays very healthy. Oh, and almost gets a little friendly tap on the 10-pin.
Didn't quite happen. And Little sporting that kind of new hairstyle there. I kind of like it myself.
I like any kind of hairstyle.
Very good, Marshall. Cross lane, he makes the 10-pin.
Now let's take a look at Amleto Monacelli. He gets the ball started pretty early in his approach and a very, very high backswing. Gets to the line, the ball's still way up there, and really rips through at the bottom of the swing.
That bent elbow coming through at the bottom of the swing. How does he do that?
I do not know. He's the only one on tour with any success doing that. Almost like watching him start a lawnmower, the way he rips through that ball.
Back-to-back 10-pins. The way Mazza's going, you can't afford too many of those.
Take a look how far to the right this ball goes. This is really trusting a ball. It starts out 12 at the arrows. It's on number 2 board at about 48 feet. It comes back, but it hits soft. Hard and straight at the 10-pin. And no trouble for Amleto, as he acknowledges some people with a sign that said Monacelli. Steely-eyed concentration here.
Well, John's been to sports psychologists and everything. He knows the value of putting positive thoughts in his mind. It's kind of like that's what he's doing ahead of time.
For an 11-pin lead. Mike, early in John's career, he had a lot of problem with concentration and with confidence, but not anymore.
Ooh, was that flush? That was really a flush 6-pin.
And even leaving the 6-pin on a very, very good shot, he shows very little emotion. I think he's pleased with the way he threw the ball. Maybe inwardly not too happy about the carry as he takes a 10-pin lead.
Again, changes to another ball to shoot the spare. He hadn't had too many of these to shoot. Ten pins the difference. Monacelli here in the 4th frame. This is Mike Durbin along with Marshall Holman. We're in the 2nd match of the Mobil 1 Classic here at Bay Lanes in Bay City, Michigan.
As you can see, Amleto's career earnings of well over $1.5 million. Looking to add a little bit to that today.
Looking for a strike.
Well, that ball really went wide. In fact, I was worried that ball might go into the channel, Mike, but it didn't. It came back.
I asked Amleto, is it an advantage being the only right-hander tonight?
I think it could be an advantage because on the practice pair, they're going to be practiced for probably like an hour, and it's 4 left-handers. So on my side, it's just myself. So I think it's an advantage because the lanes they're not gonna change that much for me.
To even the matchup in the 5th frame, Amleto working on a strike in the 4th.
That one didn't point at the pocket. That one kept going.
That was a great shot from Amleto. Puts a lot of pressure back on John Mazza.
And it's an even match now as we head to the bottom half of the 5th frame.
Mazza working on a spare, needs to strike here, keep the match even. And that ball he just got wide.
The 1-3-6-7 loses count and a difficult spare.
Yeah, we see Leslie and Anthony not too happy with that shot. Take a look how far to the left this ball gets. He can't afford to swing the ball on lane 24.
So he changes balls to try and convert this spare.
And a terrible break as he wraps the head pin around the 7-pin, 15-pin deficit. Now take a look at the head pin. It just wraps itself around the 7. Well, that's how you're supposed to try and make it, Mike.
It's always such a tough break when you wrap that washout like that. Regroup, 6 frames, still in the match, only down 15. Back in there. Mazza trailing by 15 in his hometown. The crowd is urging him on.